Welcome back to another episode of Content Here. Trace and I are here today to talk about something that we are so excited to dive into. And that is taking your first steps to success. Let's dive right in. Affecting somebody else's feelings. Today.
We look forward to seeing fucking Yes, welcome back to another episode. We are so freaking thrilled to be here. Dan is right, and we are going to start talking about one of the most important parts of success, and that's the first part, taking that first step, all right? And that can often be the most daunting part. It can be really scary, and that's perfectly okay. It's always going to be scary because we are creatures of habit, right? And change means we have to change the habit. And that is scary. We're not set up for that. We're set up to do the same things and make our lives easier. So when you embrace change and you make that your lifestyle, that becomes the most exciting part when you look for the next change. You're no longer satisfied with habits. You're hungry for freaking success.
You're absolutely right, Trace. It is absolutely terrifying to step out of your comfort zone. And one of the tools that we wanted to talk about today is how to make that a little less scary, a little less difficult for you guys, because we are creatures of habit and it is difficult. Unless you have a goal, you have a vision, right? You come up with a vision of where you want to go and where you want to be. And that makes each step that you're taking so much easier. How long would it take you to find your way down a stairwell that you've never been in before in pitch black? Forever. It'd be scary, right? No, you want to turn the lights on, and you know where every step is. You have that comfort of knowing you're working towards your goal. You know exactly what you're doing and where you're going.
I like that analogy a lot, Dan, actually. The staircase, right? Because even though you don't see necessarily, you're not seeing your endpoint. When you walk up a stairwell or down it, right, you don't see the next door per se, but you at least see the steps you're taking. And you have a direction, and that direction gives you that confidence, really. And having the vision, having a goal in mind helps you stay consistent, because when you look at the vision, right, you can imagine everything that you want in that vision. And anything outside of that vision can be tossed away, right? It's not important. So why waste any time on those things? Because that's really what happens to a lot of us, is we spend so much time on things that don't matter to us because we don't have a clear vision. So once we develop that vision and we have a path set in mind, then boom, the pathway's lit. We know where to go. We're not distracted in the woods. We're not climbing to the wrong story of the building on our staircase, right? We're going right to where we're supposed to go. And truthfully, sure, we can be honest here. It's scary to change. But you know what? What should be more scary is staying the same.
What's so beautiful about not staying the same and making progress is it's so simple. Practice. That's all it takes, is just practice. And that actually leads us into the next thing that we want to talk about, is how practice and setting a routine can really help you make these steps and make this vision that you have not only become a reality, but make it so much less daunting and so much more enjoyable.
So practice. Let's talk about practice. Let's talk about it and how important it is. If you want to be good at something and you want to progress, right? You want growth, you want to become better, then you have to practice something. If you want to have a better than chance possibility of being good, right? Because there are certain things that we do that by chance you may be good at first try. You flip a coin, you may be really good at guessing what it is first try. But if you want to have the best possible chance of being who you want to be, then it takes practice. It just does. It's going to take day in and day out of doing what you're trying to do, right? Of practicing the things that you want to do and getting better at them. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. And what you end up finding out is that some things may take longer, some things may take less, and that's up to you, how long you spend on something. If I tell you, boom, this is going to take you 10,000 hours, you're going to be like, holy crap. How do you get through that? Well, you got to have some patience. But if you're not a very patient person, that's okay. Humans, we're not patient. That's just how we're wired. We're not very good at waiting for things. So that's why you set smaller goals. You have bigger goals, right? After a year, I want to be here. After 5 years, I want to be in this place. And then you have your daily goals. Today, I want to accomplish this. And you reward yourself. So that way, you keep it going. The 10,000 hours, sure, you could think about it, but you won't be. You'll be thinking about fulfilling those smaller tasks. And eventually, that year will go by and you'll have reached that goal. Maybe even surpassed it. They build on each other. And you have soon built this castle when you were starting with just digging the moat. You were digging the ground, digging the foundation for the castle. And then eventually, right, like you have these small goals and it adds up to something bigger. You're not going to accomplish big goals in one day. So thinking about it like that isn't going to get you anywhere. All right, that's a wrap for this video. We want to thank you guys for sticking to the end. And let's do a quick little recap of some of the topics we talked about. We addressed taking the first steps and kind of how scary that can be. We also talked about how to mitigate that scariness and how to do some things and take some steps to make it less scary, right? By developing a vision and giving yourself a direction. We also kind of briefly addressed practice and how important it is to practice something. Once again, we had a blast filming this, and we want to thank you guys for your support. We hope you guys learned something valuable from this video, and we are excited to put out another one soon. So stay tuned.
So we're going to turn the spotlight over to you guys. And in the comments below, we would absolutely love to hear what your thoughts are on change being scary or not. And if you feel up to the task, you could even attach and let us know why you feel like change is scary. And just a special thanks to everybody who supported us on our last video. We got amazing feedback. We got a ton of comments, very relevant, really helped us kind of gear this video towards you guys and what you've been talking about in the comments. We will be doing another stream on Twitch again this week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. And our last stream was freaking wonderful. We had so much fun. We talked about so many incredible topics, and we dove into such depth on all the topics that we've talked about in these videos, because it's a little tough sometimes to get all of our points across and say everything that we have to say in just 6 to 10 minutes, you know. So we had a few hours, and we had some guest speakers come in and chat with us, and love to see you guys all there this week.